and had anticipated making a move up within the next year. She was getting the feeling that Lee was delighted with her work. But then the performance review took an unexpected turn. Lee shifted uneasily in his chair and said, "Jane, you're a great operational leader, but you need to be more strategic. We can't just keep reacting to what our competitors are doing in Asia or how our customers are changing. You need to work on being more strategic. We are beginning to lose market share." "Be more strategic," Jane wrote on her notepad, underlining the phrase. Moments earlier, Lee had been so positive. Now he made it clear that her next promotion hinged on being more strategic, whatever that meant. "Okay," Jane said. "Can we get a bit more specific? What do you suggest I do?" Lee's face went blank. After a few seconds of silence, he said, "Well, do what Wayne Gretzky did. You know, learn to skate where the puck is going. I'm sure you've heard of the Great One, 4-time Stanley Cup winner, Hockey Hall of Famer." With that, the session came to an end. Walking back to her office, Jane muttered, "Oh, those sports metaphors." She shut her door and Googled Wayne Gretzky with an I. Up popped Wayne Gretzky with a Y on Wikipedia. She misspelled his name. More importantly, she learned that, despite his unimpressive stature, strength, and speed, Gretzky's intelligence and reading of the game were unrivaled. He was adept at dodging checks from opposing players, and he could consistently anticipate where the puck was going to be and execute the right move at the right time. We've experienced countless situations like Jane's. Leaders get the message during their performance reviews or in high-potential programs that they need to be more strategic, and they intuitively understand why. In a changing environment, old ways of seeing the world become obsolete, and those who fall victim are often among the last to notice or respond. The need to become strategic is widely recognized. As Robert Kabikoff notes, when asked to select the leadership behaviors most critical to their organization's future success, executives chose strategic thinking 97% of the time. What is sorely lacking, however, is clear, specific advice about how to develop strategic acumen. The term VUCA, or VUCA, which appears in the title of this introduction, gained currency in the military during the late 1990s to describe an environment of volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. It reflects a shift from traditional Cold War military conflicts to asymmetric warfare with agile, dispersed opponents fighting under different rules for causes we don't fully understand, for example, terrorists. Businesses are increasingly encountering VUCA conditions as well, and this poses deep new challenges. Operational whizzes who rise to positions of leadership during relatively stable times often struggle when markets become turbulent and unpredictable. They are more comfortable with certainty and want clarity of direction so they can build a plan and direct a team. Yet in this more uncertain world, successful leadership is less about a detailed plan than about a long-term approach built around capabilities that can be constantly adapted and reapplied to changing circumstances. Peter Drucker was one of the first to emphasize that management is doing things right and that leadership is about doing the right things. Operational excellence, for example, is about determining where to source and how to optimize supply chains to meet near-term objectives as efficiently and reliably as possible. Strategic excellence is about seeing the bigger picture, being aware of pitfalls that might blindside you, spotting undercurrents in or outside the organization, seeing connections to other decisions, and winning the engagement of key players, or at least noticing how well they are aligned. It also entails setting direction, knowing how to get there, and making vital adjustments along the way. Adjusting strategy requires the ability to anticipate shifts in the environment, challenge long-standing assumptions, interpret disparate or complex information, and make strategic choices under ambiguous conditions. Leadership is by definition about getting people on board to achieve a shared goal. It often involves developing an organizational culture and creating strong collective commitment to the cause. Leading requires the abilities to get buy-in for tough decisions, inspire people to follow you in the desired direction, and create a climate for continuous learning so that the team is prepared for the challenges ahead. But sometimes mainstream leadership is not enough. In times of crisis and change, when people are confused about what to do, ordinary leadership must rise to the level of strategic leadership. This means navigating the unknown, recalibrating the strategy, pointing out where to go, and getting the team back on track to prevent paralysis.